Hello everyone, in this video I will mention how to replace the alternator on 2006 to 2012 Ford Fusion vehicles equipped with 3-liter and 3.5-liter 6-cylinder engines. Step number 1. Park the vehicle on a flat surface, set the emergency brake and place blocks in front and behind the rear wheels for safety. Lift the front of the vehicle using a hydraulic floor jack and place jack stands under the chassis for safety. 2. Remove the passenger side wheel lug nuts using an impact tool and a 19mm socket. Once all the lug nuts have been removed, proceed to remove the wheel. 3. Open the hood and proceed to disconnect the negative battery terminal using an 8mm wrench. 4. Remove the plastic mudguard to have greater access to the serpentine belt tensioner by removing all the plastic retaining clips using a tool made for this purpose or a small flathead screwdriver. Lever outwards on the inner pin to release it and then remove the retaining clip in its entirety by levering it outward from its base. 5. Remove the 3 plastic retaining clips from the second protective cap in the same manner mentioned above. Note: keep in mind that you will be working in a small area and with poor visibility. It is recommended to have the right tool to make the job easier. 6. In 2006 to 2010 models equipped with 3-liter engine, insert a 3/8 ratchet into the square cavity of the serpentine belt tensioner and lever it to the right to relieve tension on the belt, and with your other hand remove the belt from the crankshaft pulley as shown in the image. You can try it from the top of the engine and remove the belt with the other hand. 6a. On 2010 to 2012 models equipped with 3.5-liter engine, the tensioner is located as shown in the image. Insert a 3/8 ratchet into the square cavity of the tensioner and lever to the left to relieve the tension on the belt and proceed to remove the serpentine belt with the other hand. 7. To remove the alternator from the top of the engine and not touch the air conditioning compressor, it is necessary to remove the radiator fan. Remove the screws from the lower engine cover with a ratchet and a 7mm socket. Next, remove the plastic retaining clips and proceed to remove the plastic cover all the way. 8. Remove the clips that hold the cables and transmission fluid lines by levering them outward from their base with a small pry bar or flathead screwdriver. 9. Next, remove the clips that hold the lower radiator hose at both ends by prying them out with a small pry bar or disconnecting the straps with a small flathead screwdriver. 10. Detach all the fasteners that hold the wiring to the fan with a small pry bar or flathead screwdriver. 11. Next, remove the cover located at the bottom left of the fan by levering it outward with the help of a small bar or flathead screwdriver as shown in the image. 12. Disconnect the cables from the fan by pressing inward on the connector lock and pulling simultaneously in opposite direction. 13. Press inward on the radiator plastic locks that hold the fan in both corners and pull the fan assembly up at the same time so that it is released, and remove the fan in its entirety by pulling it up with both hands as shown in the picture. 14. Remove the rubber cap that covers the nut of the alternator cable and remove the nut using a ratchet, an extension and a 13mm socket. 15. Next, disconnect the alternator electrical connector by pressing inward on the connector lock and simultaneously pulling outward as shown in the image. 16. In 2006 to 2010 models equipped with 3-liter engine, remove the 3 bolts that hold the alternator with a ratchet, an extension and a 15mm socket. There is 1 bolt at the top and 2 at the bottom respectively as shown in the image. 16a. In 2010 to 2012 models equipped with 3.5-liter engine, remove the 2 bolts that hold the alternator using a ratchet, a small extension and a 15mm socket. There is 1 bolt at the top and another at the bottom respectively as shown in the image. 17. Once the bolts have been removed, proceed to remove the alternator completely. Next, install the new alternator and remaining components in the reverse order they were removed, ensuring that all the bolts and fasteners are tightened to the specs listed in your owner's manual. 18. Connect the negative battery cable back on and proceed to start the engine. 19. If everything works correctly, proceed to install the wheel back on and partially tighten the lug nuts. 20. Lower the vehicle to the ground and finish tightening the wheel lug nuts to the specs listed in your owner's manual. 21. Take the vehicle for a test drive to ensure that the alternator is charging the battery at different engine speeds. If everything works correctly and there are no abnormal noises present, congratulate yourself for having performed a successful repair and for saving money at the same time. Have a wonderful day, handsome.